Okay, so we have here our tournament. No, we have an advert. We have here our tournament. We have played 3 rounds so far in the tournament. Hey, nice Reddit post, man. You're not wrong, though. You're not wrong. And hopefully it will drive a bit more engagement as well, actually. So we have here our tournament so far. We've got 3 rounds completed. We've got the 4th one, which I'll cast today, and we've got some games from round 5. Once all 5 rounds are done, the top 8 will go into a double elimination, I believe. Yep, double elimination. These pairings are done on sort of skill-based matchmaking. First round obviously had to be sort of judged by the tournament organizers, and then based on the wins and losses, players went on. So people aren't instantly crushed if they're playing slightly more experienced players, and we end up with more interesting games, right? So round 4 today. The current standings: Legato and Sir are at the top, and that is what we are going to start with. Sir, relatively new player. I have here my notes. He's 16, and he's been playing Combined Arms for about 5 or 6 months. Legato, on the other hand, is 35, so literally over double his age, right? But he's been playing CA for 5 years. So we have the old, we have the experience, but we've got the slow brain and the slow hands. And he hates devastated warships because he's a dum-dum. And then we've got Sir, the youthful, inexperienced, but sort of quick thinking, quick hands, you know, that energy, that drive. So the new generation versus the old generation, which is great to see. Jokes aside, it's great seeing this tournament a bunch of players who are who don't know the game quite as well, and then sort of the old guard, so to speak. So yeah, Legato vs Sir will do first. Creo is another relatively new Combined Arms player, but he plays a lot of Open RA. Oops has been around for a while, so is Hyper, so is Hans. Duke, Open RA player. I am missing somebody here. There we go. Stromberg, classic. Always opens 75 to 85% of games with a Grenadier Rush. And yet, despite knowing this, not just this tournament, every tournament, it's what he does. Despite knowing this, many players don't build against it and then are shocked with Pikachu What-Faced when it happens. Nico also been around for a while, as has Sindral. Thunder, a Mental Omega player. Decided to start playing Combined Arms about 3 months ago. Is in here. Out of 24 people, he's rank 11. And as you can see, with just 3 series down, a lot of it, you know, he's 11th, or is he 9th, right? He's got the same draw, win, loss ratio as Nico does. I don't quite know why Nico has. Yeah, it does. Who cares? Old player, expert, been playing for a while. 2FA, been playing for 2 months. Yeah, 2FA, another new player. Dark, one of the mod makers, the tournament organizer, and one of the driving forces behind Combined Arms, but doesn't play competitive multiplayer very often. He stepped in at the last minute after a dropout. Then we have Gavin. Gavin, I don't think I know anything about Gavin. I'm sure I've been told he might be an Open RA player. Yara, I think is new. Grey Armor, I think, is an Open RA player. Altera has been playing for a while. Cassius, I've definitely got somebody wrong. Cass has been playing for over a year. Kasib, older player, I believe. Milkman Open RA. Milkman, in fact, will be doing the Open RA stream later this month. See here. No. There we go. Open RA stream on September the 21st. Milkman and MN Open RA, which is Hans. So we Milkman, look out for him. I'll give him a shout out when I stream on the 21st. Cecile, new player, very new player. Is definitely finding their feet in the game. Trip, or TTT PPP. He is a very experienced Open RA player. He does a lot of the stats for their tournaments, and also organizes a lot of their tournaments. But he's not a hugely experienced combined arms player. This is a running theme through this tournament. We have several really experienced and some very, very highly skilled Open RA players. But combined arms isn't the same as vanilla Open RA. And you see people messing up build orders because they're on autopilot. The game looks like Open RA. It's made in Open RA, but plays slightly differently. Which is both funny and such a shame to see at the same time. Players making little mistakes, like in round one of the Open RA players built loads of barracks, but only built out of one of them. Because there's multi-factory bonus in Open RA. In combined arms, you have multi-factory Q. Open RA plays like Red Alert 2 does, or Red Alert 1. Combined arms plays like CNC 3 or Red Alert 3. And then Bubbly Boo, last but not least. I don't have anything on Bubbly, do I? Oh yes, I do. He's been playing CA for about 3 months, so another relatively new player. He also makes electronics for fun. Fun fact. But yeah, that's a brief introduction to the players. I'm sure I'll bring certain things up as we go forwards. I'm going to start with Legato vs. Sir. This is, I'm hoping, going to be an exceptionally good series. It's going to separate the
battle control initialized.
Top 2 players. Who are currently sort of tied for the top spot. Both players, neither player going any, but Sir going any Soviet, ending up with Ukraine. Carpet bomb, quite nice. Turn this up. I've got something to turn down. Crazy Ivan replaces the Grenadier. That could be nice for a rush, but I'm not sure we'll see it, excuse me. As for the other bonuses, don't think we're going to see anything there. Legato deciding that he's not going to mess around. He's not going to go with any. He wants to pick Russia. We've seen him pick Russia a few times in this tournament. Tesla tank, Tesla Kirov, Tesla arcing, all very powerful. And we'll see where these guys go. Oh, crap. Yep, that's better. I will try and remember to make the UI a little bit larger. I play on this UI scale. I think it's 150%, but casting tends to work better at 200. So I'll sort that out after this game. Anyway, Legato in the green, Sir in the purple. These are all 2 games, so you play both games. You get points based off of how many games you win, lose, and that's how it works. So no best of 3s or anything like that. We have 12 games in round 4 to do, which means 24 games. Nice and easy. Now, triple ref before the War Factory from both of them. Both of them playing a bit of a infantry game, or infantry focused early game. That's what you normally see the triple ref for. If you want that sort of brief burst of eco. Legato moving nice and quickly. Sir not moving. I'm going for the war factory. I love crazy islands. Yes. Oils. We have oils in a... It's a penis shape. Okay. Legato got 2. And so I got 2 as well. So nice and even. Eco, both players looking pretty fine. 3 miners is basically impossible to go broke on at this stage of the game. It does slightly hurt your eco later on because it took you so long to get a war factory out, but neither player is actually being particularly aggressive. So this early game eco, greed. It isn't going to set either of them back. Obviously, in Combined Arms and Open Array, you can only build around your MCV. So you move MCV, take Sir's MCV here. He can't build a defensive structure here. He can only build in this circle. And you obviously have to be near another building, right? He can't just magically place something there now. It is exceptionally weird for people who play vanilla CNC. And it took me a very, very, very long time to get used to it. Another rifleman. He's gonna see the engineer. There we go. Yes, he does. Yeah, but CNC 3, you can expand the build radius. So it's even like more weird than that, right? And refs themselves have a build radius. Even in Kane's Wrath, right? Little bit of cleanup. So, army. Both players with sort of 50, 60 riflemen. Both players with about 10 rocket troopers. Legato going with BTRs. Sir going with heavy tanks. These are empty, right? Yes, these are empty. Yeah, but Sludge, it means you can at least build a defensive structure next to a ref if you build a ref somewhere else on the map. Here you can't defend your refs. BTRs absolutely murking the rifles. No rocket troopers at all. Rocket troopers about to come out. No? Okay. Legato going for attack center. We're going to see a Kirov as soon as that goes down. We've got MiGs coming out from Sir. Sir should know what to expect from a Russia Legato. Boris. Boris actually going to be first on the list. And as for the army graph, Sir with a larger army, but not massive. I mean, that's not insurmountable. When actually, I take it back. That was a like $1,600 plane, and a heavy tank, 1150. That's like boosting his that's boosting his value quite significantly. All right, fight's gonna come in. We got a Tesla troopers. What about upgrades? What do we got? Nothing. Okay, there's the Kirov. There's the Kirov.
Kirov reporting.
Ooh, now nice incursion here. Lots of Tesla troopers. 17 of them. Now Legato's got to try and split this. Gonna lose the ref. His infantry's have very much caught out. The V2's not really able to get too much damage done. Does catch the tail end of this army though. And that's driving deep. Sir is going for... He's really trying to... He's forced Legato to split his army. Legato can't leave this. And now... Let's have a look at that army graph. The Kiro goes down without doing very much. See the army value there? And it looks like Sir just got absolutely melted by these shock troopers. Which is devastating. And you see, army value isn't everything. Because a MiG, 1500 bucks, is not going to take out $1,500 of units. Almost certainly not.
No match for
The Boris is going to absolutely murder infantry. Does get the sort of deny on Boris. Kirov coming in. Copied from generals? I imagine so, yeah. Okay, Boris now on Sir's side. Boris in the Boris in the BDR, and it goes down. But the Kirov going after the tank actually does remarkably well. Sir able to hold this off. Legato, Legato gonna be in sort of scramble mode. He's broke. He is broke. See there the income. Sir on quite a bit more. Oils can be recapped after they die. There are a lot of general stuff in C8. There are. Who's who? So yeah, very helpfully, Legato and Sir have changed their names in game. Both of them. Normally only one player is difficult like this, and you can work it out by process of elimination, but this is Legato, this is Sir. The Kirov misclick. Uh-oh. What is it doing? Should have... What was it doing? And this is going to be Sir's game. Ground firing Tesseract. Oh, hey, Leggy. It was a bit far away for that, wasn't it? Or it didn't work. And GG. I really thought Legato had it when he came in. Hit some stuff. I was doing max range. Yeah. I mean, look, lots going on. Lots going on. Wait, did he cap that at some point? I missed the engineer. Fumbled that attack. That was a lot of back and forth. That was a lot of back and forth there. Right, so game two. Game two.
Terminated.
Legato said he will cast some games with me later this evening. I'm going to hold off on casting Korea vs Strongberg and Oops versus Hans until later tonight, because Legato's only wanted to be around for that. I thought Shockeys would zap him fast, but the positioning and firepower perfect. He did very well. Yeah, and his Boris. He lost Boris for no reason. Yep, it was inside a BTR, and then the BTR died. Right, so factions. Legato trying to redeem himself by picking Russia again. And interesting. Purple decides to go for any allies. Airdrop units will probably see that just because why not? Seals maybe? Or might just go Tanya IFE. But yeah, oils on this map, we only have one each. Barrel check. Allies are the good guys. In this they are, yes. In this they are. Oh, sorry, excuse me. That's a rear oil. I forgot about the rear oil. Yeah, 2 oils. Oils give $100 every 15 seconds. So $400 a minute for an oil. An engineer is 300? 400, sorry. What game are they 300 in? They're 300 and something. You get 300 out of it. That's it. Plus the cost of the... Yeah, you get 300 out of it. I knew 300 was relevant. They're 300 in Mental Omega. Yeah, okay, that's why. That's why. Yeah, but Mental Omega's a lot bigger, Thunder. So both players going... No. Legato going war after the second ref. He's banking on no infantry push, which is correct. Both players guarding their power plants. It's the anti-Stromberg build. Well, okay. Legato's actually just keeping a scout around his base. But Sir is doing the anti-Stromberg build. Very sensible against a Soviet player who can build grenadiers. Because knocking out a power plant, it's not the money, it's the lost build time, right? You go low power, that sucks. And you have to build another power plant. So not only is it the time to build a power plant, it's like 11 seconds in game time, but it's plus another sort of 50%. Move from Sub, but no move from Legato. He's gone radar. They're gonna go test reactor. So it's gonna be another quite passive game to start with, which probably Allies are sort of the jack of all trades, master of none, or they certainly have been traditionally. It's been one of the complaints about them that they have no really great powerful units, but what they do have can be used in a really versatile way. Battle fortresses, IFVs, prism tanks, have heavy armor as nuts there. Yeah, there's a discussion going on about that at the moment. So we have Tesla tanks and Tesla tracks. Tesla tracks are what Tesla tanks were called in Red Alert 1. And they look like the Red Alert 1 Tesla tank. They are anti-armor. These are anti-infantry. You will also see that Legato has not yet got Tesla arcing, but we'll get it soon. Tesla arcing allows the lightning to bounce and chain up to 2 times. But you can see a Tesla track does basically nothing versus as a tank. Tesla tracks We'll probably two-shot a medium tank. Still far from T3 access. He is. I forgot that you needed a lab to get Tesla arcing. I thought it was on a Tesla reactor. No one sleeps on mobile gap gens. That's fair. Mobile gap gens are like an incredibly annoying unit. But this is the army that Legado wants. And he's been given a chance to. You are going to see a lot of Tesla tanks. Because infantry and combined arms. The standard. They are your bulk. Trying to do a mech building combined arms doesn't work. Trust me, I've tried. However, it's just going to end up with a... This is going to do a lot of damage. And we have no MCV here, so we can't build fences. Now, Legado's army here should get a lot of damage done. Test troopers taking out the tanks. Okay, he at least holds Sir back. And I doubt Sir's going to be able to get much done here. He might lose the harvester. No, he doesn't. Right, now in Sir's base. They keep pushing. And he's... Oh, two of the Teslas go down. And the Inf army starts coming forwards. Always been the toolkit faction in every Westwood franchise. Yeah. Yeah. So, Legado going to go with the infantry doctrine there. Yeah. Someone remind me to change the UI afterwards so all of this looks bigger. Infantry doctrine. You get the clothing vats. Get the troop crawler, which will heal up infantry. Take out the oil there. Now, I'm not seeing any USA specific tech. Legado broke his balls. He expanded a lot later than Sir did. Sir's already mined out all of this. And most of that, whereas Legado, not so much. And those riflemen do take out the test troopers. So, upgrades. What's upgrade? Never mind, I won't make jokes. We got Tesla Trooper upgrade. Hey. Where is he? This is a Boris, isn't it? Yeah, Boris. Okay, and so I went with the economic policy. Minus 10% cost of refineries, harvesters, and MCVs. And then at level 2, you get more construction job build radius. And at level 3, the ore purifier gives you more resources. 25%, I said, right? And there you go. Level 2. Just got it. So you can see, if I draw your attention to, let's say, Legado's build radius, it's that, right? Sir's build radius is that, much bigger. 25% bigger, in fact. Yep. 25% bigger. I'm genius. Yeah, do we have Tesla arcing yet? That's why I opened this up. No. Why don't we have Tesla arcing yet? Oh, that's a good question. Power drop. Gonna come down here. Ref goes down. Oh, Tesla drop. Boris in the BTR. Okay. There's really not much to deal with this. However, $20,000 of American tanks and infantry are about to pound into Legado here, and I don't think there's much to do. The Kirovs are obviously going for a split attack. When they get here, it's going to be devastating. Oh, that's a lot of rockets. Right, let's just have a quick look down here, see what's been done. One harvester down. All truck. That's the second harvester dead. We've still got 6 out of 7 of the original test troopers there. Boris. The third harvester down. Boris. I don't think he's alive anymore, is he? Yes, he is. Where? In the BTR coming back. Okay. And if we look at the army graph, this will update in about 8 seconds. But I expect it's going to show something slightly different. But Legado isn't looking good. He's about to go low power. No, he isn't. How much power did he be? Oh, he's got a nuclear reactor. Never mind. Never mind. He's still building Kirovs, but that's because that's all he's got. And I think Sir takes this one. The backstab was good, but the Kirovs were out of position. You got thinking to see, yeah, I saw. He asked me for the Discord invite last night, and I'll switch version to download. Boris gonna take out a lot, but can't do much against the Prism tank.
Kirov reporting.
These guys are... Okay, I have never seen this power used, ever. This is the Powers strafing run. I have never, ever seen this. I think it's so situational. Yeah, it worked. Go on, blow up the nuclear reactor first. Damn. Russia not OP. MCV goes down, and that's gonna be all she wrote, really. We have airfields and Raxes. I expect I have been proven wrong before. Oh. Okay, Sir has eco. How many Kirovs are we looking at? That's a scary number of Kirovs. You know what I'd be building? I'd actually be building some AA guns. Wait a minute. Oh, he's over here. Russia dude has it. Yeah, fuck. Heroes of the Union. It allows you to build elites. Oh, no, it doesn't. It's like select power, isn't it? And it make a lot of airfields and make a lot of Kirovs. Dude, that range is disgusting. Umbos are IVs, but I guess he can't do much. He hasn't got a war. Yeah, he does have a war. And he calls GG. Hey, Hyper. Alright, well, that's 1-1. That's 1-1. The guy got absolutely gutted. And then decided to build Kirovs. Well, more Kirovs. That's not hypervexed. That's hyper. Different hyper.
Battle control terminated.
Right, so I have the power to change this. To update the scores. Please don't break anything. Please don't break anything. Wait. I have power on its other window to change the scores. Score is 1-1. Submit score. All right, Thunder. There you go. Score 1-1. All right. Let's have a look at Boy Wonder over here. Round 2. I've played a lot of all of the games that you play are recorded. And this is all of the co-op stuff that I've been playing recently. The co-op campaign. Co-op campaign, really damn good. I don't strongly advise people to play the game single player first, and then when you play co-op with friends, you can tweak a lot of the settings and play some stupidly crazy games, like upping the amount of enemies the eye sends at you. You can put it at like 20 times and get some really crazy games. Highly recommended. Anyway, where was I? I was going to look at Boy Wonder over here. Hyper versus Thunder. Some missions are tricky. I mean, we've done all of them except I haven't done the last 4. Biscuit and Croc did the last 4 the other day. So version on Siege Trees, it's not that bad. You just got to use IC and like normally take out GDI first. Out of the box thinking. Aircraft on fire. We're gonna do it. We're gonna do it a lot. Our Lord Bane, Alson just rushing mine there. Mine there. I've not thought of that one before. That's an interesting idea.
Battle control initialized.
You can normally bait out sections of the enemy with each IC. CA mine layers actually work, unlike RA, unlike Red Alert mine layers. Right, so we have Hyper versus Thunder. Hyper's been playing for a long time. Thunder has not. Thunder is an MO player, and he's doing disturbingly well. So I'm going to clown on him because that is my job. And Alistar would not forgive me. Literal game changer. The fact you can order them to mine a part of the area on their own. Yep, you can set mine layers to auto. Right, so Hyper has picked England. They get snipers and Mirage tanks. Ground force ammo allows snipers to do damage to armored units, but reduces their range and rate of fire. Not often bought. Normally, because there's so many infantry used in combined arms, normally you want snipers as anti-infantry. And then Thunder picking Zocom. GDI best faction. Exo power suits, disruptors, incredible anti-infantry unit if you can micro them well. Drop pods, super useful. Ion mammoths, best mammoths in the game, but not often seen. Players don't normally build mammoths, too expensive, take too long to build. Sonic amplifiers, really good against infantry as well. So you might see a couple of those around, like Tesla coils. What did you just send me? Yeah. Yeah, okay. This is what Rail Force ammo is does to you. Yeah, I can see that. I can see that. You think it's a good idea, and then it turns out it's not, because that's not what you use snipers for. Or infantry oils, sorry, excuse me. This map only has 1 oil apiece. I knew it. Now predictions. I think this series is going to go 1-1. I think Thunder's going to surprise me, and I think Hyper's going to get his act together and beat Thunder. I'm not sure England is or UGB is a particularly strong pick. GDI get medics. which is nice. I'm surprised none of the players have capped the comm center. They give extra vision. Without it, they don't try to shoot tanks and decimate infantry. With it, they waste all their time shooting tanks and do nothing. Yep. The usual out? I have no idea. I have no idea. Do you want to ask him, Biz? England is OP. Okay, in that case, I expect Thunder lost this game. He's trying to... Ah, yes. I've heard about Veil of War. Veil of War reduces vision range in an area, correct? It's a support power. Reduces your opponent's vision. And sort of veils an area. 6 harvests. Ooh, camo pillbox. Camo pillbox is our camouflage on idle, which is very handy. Well, sort of very handy. It's not that useful, but it can be. Where are the medics? Medics are here. GDI don't get medics. Allies get medics. I don't know why I thought GDI got medics. Advanced optics for the Rangers. That's an interesting one. Advanced optics allows you to hit a button and your Ranger will get like double vision range for 10 seconds. Real nice if you're trying to run around the map and spot the opponent. Hyper going for another Rax. We've got the tech center out from him as well. And cryo warheads. Cryo warheads are kind of the upgrade for allies. It's a power spike. Enemies move more slowly and take increased damage. And there you go. That's what I mean by advanced optics. That's now the vision range of the Ranger. 5 p.m. Okay. I can do that for a few hours and then I'll need to eat. Ooh. Well. Biz, can you ask me if we can do an hour later? And I'll stop at like 5 and grab some food. Hey, Gander. 30 minutes. In like the last 30 minutes of your boring work day. 6 p.m. Yeah, go with that, Biz. We'll play some co-op combined arms at 6 p.m. If Mangus can do that. There you go. The IFVs with rocket soldiers, these two at least, and take increased damage and move more slowly. They become real nasty. And did I mention the rockets have some splash? Everything in combined arms has splash. I think open RA is the same. So even a rifleman firing somewhere has a little bit of splash. And so that spreads the sort of freeze debuff to lots of infantry, and then lots of infantry take more damage. It's real nasty. Now, what upgrades do we have? We have the deployment upgrade. Deployment upgrade gives more unit XP, which is incredibly powerful. Because it means all of your units are going to get veterancy a lot faster, and therefore do more damage, hit harder, have longer range, have more health. All of the standard stuff veterancy brings you. Jump jet troopers, though, clearing the map of all of Hyper's eyes and ears. Obviously combined arms. This is what the players are seeing right now. This is what Hyper sees, which is not too bad. This is what Thunder sees. Vision is so important in this. Thunder sees this and is like, oh no, a mobile gap generator. Mobile gap generator. Reduce enemy weapon range and vision. And shrouds the area. Now, medics keeping infantry alive, which are gaining veterancy faster, is really quite nice. Thunder has not built an upgrade center. He does not have firepower. Or GDI get the doctrines from generals. So you got Spirit Firepower, Search and Destroy, and then Hold the Line. Each one, Search and Destroy, Firepower gives plus 3% extra damage. And then in tier 2 gives plus 3, and in tier 3 gives plus 3. Search and Destroy gives plus 5% range, then plus 5% range, then plus 3% range, I think. And Hold the Line gives plus 5% health in all 3 tiers. He has gone with Strategic Bombardment. You can see that. Hailstorm missile upgrades makes MLRS fire 6 missiles. They are unguided, but they do a lot more damage. They are your anti-ins. There is Tanya. Tanya's about to make those infantry magically disappear. She gets MLRS, but I'm not sure. Hang on, let's just have a quick look what's going on here. Rocket Troopers are doing there is a lot of frost debuff going on there. The MLRS are getting some hits in, but not enough. And that entire front line of Thunders just melted under Tanya. And yes, fighting under Veil. This is what Thunder sees right now. Which is just not fun. I think we could all agree. This is just not fun. Support powers. Veil of War. Creates an area of shroud, reducing the vision and weapon range of enemy units and defenses. Weapons range reduction just sucks. Plus the mobile gap generator. It's a good effort. It's a very good effort. Disruptor. Fire. Not enough. And there's the snipers. That's GPS from Hyper. Hyper gets his GPS from the tech center. And Thunder is dead. Prism cannons, upgraded version of Prism tank. Yep, Thunder taking a brutal fight there. Army value, Thunder was always behind. But blue line go down. It was rough. That was rough. Okay, game number 2. I will increase the I'll increase the UI scale. You went Ralphos? I didn't even notice, man. Let me increase the UI size. Settings, display UI scale. There we go. Is it normally this large? Seems very large. Thunder versus Hyper, game number 2. Ooh, Hyper going Shadow.
Battle control initialized.
So, Hyper going Shadow, stealth tech. Spectres replacing SSMs. Shadow team, they're quite nice. Stealth tank drop is very nice. Heavy stealth tank is very nice. Comanche discount. We'll see some Comanches, I expect. Stealth generator, +4 range. Remains cloaked. During Tiberium stealth. I didn't know that stealth generators normally didn't cloak during Tiberium stealth. Way more interesting. Yes, but I've got to do it in order, Thunder. I can't just go and do your round 5 game now. That makes no sense. And now I really can see this, hopefully, a lot more easily. So, top right, Thunder. Bottom left, Hyper. Guard towers. Always have a guard tower or pillbox or whatever pre-built. Especially at the start of the game. You can always cancel it to get the money if you find yourself going broke. But if somebody has rolled in a bunch of grenadiers, or you know, you think, oh shit, I need to do something, then you know, you can place it down. You don't have to wait for it to be built. There's really no reason not to have one pre-built. Now the Red Alert 1 Soviet Tech Center buildings, these are forward command posts. You can build around them. That is insanely powerful in a game where you can only build around your MCV. This means the Thunder can get another ref out forwards. He can stick the pillbox guard tower down out here. Gives him that little bit of extra defense. As for oils on the map, you see 2 oils per player. I don't know whose are supposed to be whose. I almost want to say that that's Hypers and that's Hypers. But Thunder's gonna get 2. Maybe. This rifleman might be able to shoot up. Oh, he gets in. That means he gets the bonus sign-on money. No bonus money for you, engineer. You're too late to the party. But when all is said and done, Hyper's going to end up with 2, probably 3. This is going to go down. No. Backs off. Or he's going to go back around. Double ref War Factory for both players. Standard build. And a third ref. The buggy, it's on its own. And Hyper is building a harvester, so we're not going to see a buggy bike rush of any kind. Thunder's just going to lose that, I expect. No, it's just going to win. Oh, he didn't see the NG. Sees that one, eh? Nice forward ref from both players. Thunder gonna get a Sonic Tower out. Sonic Tower would be beautiful. Have one sort of here. Maybe one there as well. That might be the single player in me talking. Hyper. Where are you going? Yes, that's a much better target. But no, it makes more sense for Sonic to go there. But a Sonic would be really nice here. Bye-bye. Combined Arms also has a bounty economy as well. So you get 15% of unit value when you kill stuff. It's not majorly impactful, but I don't think it's irrelevant either. Hyper not killing the oil. Interesting. Thunder going bombardment again. Makes sense. Extra damage is extra damage, right? 3% extra damage from this. And then bombardment level 2 is another 3, as I said earlier. So you can get 9% extra damage if you go that way. Or instead of level 3 GDI, whatever you pick, bombardment, search and destroy, or hold the line. Instead of your level 3 upgrade, you can get a supply drop. Get $1,000 every 60 seconds. $1,200 every 60 seconds, which sort of works out to be pretty huge. You know, if you look at their income now, it's an extra 10% income. It's 2.5 oils, or 3 oils if it's 1,200. Right, so we've settled down, both players on 2 oils, and funny, look, it turned out exactly how I said it would. This oil and this oil are hypers. This oil and this one are thunders. It's like it's like I'm good at casting video games. It's like I know what I'm talking about. I know. What a horrifying thought. Zone troopers. You're one of a few people who like zone troopers more than defense level 2. There we go. Fight here. Oh, the artillery! Oh no! Oh! Yep. Send in the tanks. Most people like the zone defenders under the hold the line, because they have the sort of ability. Bikes taking out the power, and Thunder not reacting. It's got a commando there, but in fact, just looking around, Thunder doesn't have much in the way of anything right now. He's dead. He is exceptionally dead. No way. Thunder, place the damn guard tower. You can't, because it'll make you low power. Okay. Oh, he offlined the Sonic. And now he's going to go low power again. Too little, too late. There we go. GG. So, Thunder losing 2-0. Lost your army, lost the game. Yeah. That was really nice by Hyper. Those artillery. He only had 2. Artillery MVP, yeah. Yeah, you need to have them. They often don't do very much, that's true. Because their projectiles fire so slowly. But when they work very well.
Battle control terminated.
So well done to Thunder there. Right, let me change the score. Wait, it's Thunder versus Hyper. I'm genuinely actually surprised that went so well for Hyper, or went so badly for Thunder. That is, Hyper hasn't been doing it hasn't done quite as well as I was expecting him to do in the tournament so far. And I don't mean just his score. it's more been the games. Hyper played better in that game, I think. That's the Hyper I've been expecting. Based on very little information other than the last tournament I cast and some other games that I've spectated. Thunder played a lot worse, I think. I'm not entirely sure what was going on with him. But based off of Thunder's games so far, that was a standout. Hyper seemed to play better. Thunder seemed to play worse. We shall see. I have another Hyper series, another Thunder series, which I will do if we get time later on. But for now, who shall we go for? Let's just work our way up the list, shall we? Where are we? Why have I got this? That's a random game. Okay. Nico versus 2FA. Nico versus 2FA. Stuff you didn't expect. Like cryo IFVs, Nardi. What do you mean you didn't expect cryo IFVs? They're like the standard allied thing.
Battle control initialized.
Okay. Nico. Going with any. Nico's been playing this game for a very long time. I don't think I have any notes on Nico. No, I don't. No, I don't. 2FA, as I mentioned earlier, 2FA hasn't been playing for very long. Just a couple of months. He's a fellow Red Alert 2 player like me. He's picked Black Hand, flame weapons, heavy flame tank, pretty nice. Black Hand flame troopers, also pretty nice. We might see those in. They're a bit like a Rusher in that regard. Heavy flame tanks being like Tesla tanks, Black Hand troopers being like shock troopers, Tesla troopers. Unitria, thank you for the follow. Unitria, Unitria. Either way, thank you very much. Oh, 2FA, there you are. Excellent. Excellent. Glad to see you here. And yes, Nico going any. You can pick any, and it's completely random what faction you'll get. And he gets England. How do I think this will go? Ooh, no idea. Nico probably has a bit of the advantage. A little bit of skirmish in the middle. All of his explosions are from barrels, doing some barrel inspections. Nico probably has the advantage of experience here. But I think I prefer Nod as a faction in this matchup. And 2FA. Just going to kill the oil. Makes perfect sense. Deny your opponent the oil. Okay, decides to stop, but not stop all of them. Interesting choice. 4 oils on the map. Yeah. One pocket, one safe oil, and then 2 mid oils. More girls play this than Mental Omega. True. True. I mean, you're the only girl who plays Mental Omega, right, Thunder? Got him, boys. So double ref war, or airstrip, same thing. 2FA going for the just the one buggy scout. Just because none of them play with you doesn't mean they don't play. That would be Bowser. Nico going for the development with the extra unit experience gain. That seems to be the standard right now. I think they are going to get changed in the next patch. APC coming out from Nico. An interesting choice. Quite cheap for a heavy armored vehicle. Generally speaking, in terms of army comp, you want infantry and then something with heavy armor to act as a damage sponge towards the enemy rifles. I think the allied APC is probably the weakest of all of the sort of heavy armor damage sponge units you can get. It's not exactly good versus tanks. A lot of players will put like a medium tank or a heavy tank as their sort of heavy armor damage sponge. And then equally, its machine gun is meh. Allies get GDI, sorry, get APCs, but then can upgrade them to stick Gatling guns on the top, which makes them very good anti-infantry and very good anti-air. To FA, quick temple, quick tech up. Cyborgs, we should see cyborgs. Cyborgs are very powerful. Camo pillbox, nice to see. And 2FA right now, 2 oils versus 1. If we look at the eco, both players looking pretty steady. I was literally about to say 2FA does need to move and start getting more economy. We're gonna see our first sniper come out soon, along with IFVs. We got some medium tanks as the heavy armor damage sponge. There's your sniper. I do wonder whether it would be worth putting snipers in IFVs. I don't often see it done. Yeah, in Red Alert 2, obviously. Great idea. Now, I think top player has a better position here. This cliff doesn't mean much. You don't get extra damage from being high, on a higher elevation, but it does mean the enemy kind of has to walk around it. It's just Ralph sniper. Oh, what? Okay, if a sniper goes in the IFV, it just ends up. It's like a sniper Ralphos ammo. Longbow. Great aircraft. Not as good as the Venom. Snipers are also cloaked when not moving. Goodbye, light tank. Sniper IFV is a little meh nowadays. I don't bother with it because we had 10 times fire rate sniper IFV if you put Tanya inside it. Well, yeah, but you can only have one Tanya IFV, right? Talking of IFVs, missile IFVs, upgrades. Typical missile for 2FA, which is just based. Typical missile is a bit like cryo ammo in that it's a power spike, but it only works on cyborg rockets. Oh no, it works on regular rocket launchers as well. Yeah, I thought it did. And GIF is quite strong. That's true. That's true. And that's gonna be one harvester going down. Wesley, cheers for the sub, man. Uh-oh, body block. Nope, it goes down. That's a Visceroid. I'm not entirely sure where the Visceroid came from. Presumably an infantryman on a bit of tib. Something's rally point. Yep, rally pointed down the cliff. Now, if we look at army value, this does not look too good for 2FA. 2FA has a lot of money in the bank. Triple racks production for Nico over here. He's also getting prism cannons, but I'm not sure he's going to get a chance to use it. Good lord. I mean, the snipers just tear things apart. Along with the cryo ammo. Stealth harvesters are nice to have, but not gonna. Too little, too late. The SSMs, real nice. Cyborgs are going to be a little bit more resistant to the snipers, but unfortunately, 2FH didn't have the mass. And Tanya. I think Nico came in just before 2FA's power spike. Go to your vehicle, but not hold. Oh god, 100%. If 2FA had been able to take that fight, but a minute later, when he had a couple of SSMs out, would have gone quite differently. Those stealth tanks he built did kind of save the harvester, but I'm not sure they were the right call. Laser tanks quite insane. That's true. That's very true. Especially in multiplayer where everybody's building rifles. Nod gets the ability to build laser tanks. Or upgrade their tanks to fire lasers. Which do less damage versus heavy. More damage versus infantry. And given that 90% of armies are infantry, worth having.
Battle control terminated.
Okay. Normally these are all in a nice conveniently placed batch because they're played by date. But since I have been playing co-op, these are all the co-op missions spread in between. Monopoly. I've never actually looked at the name of this. I hate it already. Somebody trying to make a pun. Okay. Game number 2.
Initialized.
I think 2FA has a chance to pull something clever off here. Nico, it's not like they're totally different skill trees. Tiers even. Nico going with any gets marked, which is probably my favorite of all of the Nod factions. We get Acolytes, Templars, Infantry. We get Venoms. Instead of Apaches. Venom's exceptionally powerful. Great anti-infantry. Very quick firing. Frenzy's good. Subterranean Strike is good power to have as well. Gives you subterranean infantry. Quantum capacitors. Upgrades all of your laser units. So obelisks. Venoms. Templar. And something else. Some base or top relay. It goes into another folder temporarily. That would be a great idea. Psychor. Yuri. Yuri is a Soviet faction. Or a Soviet sub-faction. But you get brutes. You get flying discs. You get chaos drones, which I've never seen anybody ever make ever. And then I don't think I'd even recognize them if I saw them. And then you get Yuri instead of Boris. You get genetic mutation bomb, which works like the genetic mutator in Yuri's Revenge. You get chaos bombs. It's a bit like when a chaos drone deploys. If you enemy units start shooting each other. And then you get Lasher tanks and Gatling tanks as upgrades to your heavy and your BTR. So Yuri is in the game. It's probably the most diverse sub-faction. Because obviously it's Yuri, right? It's not, but it's a Soviet sub-faction. And so it's Soviet, but it's allies, right? England and USA are pretty similar. GDI, their sub-factions are, they've got different stuff, but they all look like GDI. Yuri, a lot of his units change. I like that. I like that. There's obviously not enough of Yuri to make him a main faction and then to have offshoots from him. Not really. You'd be fanficking and making up so much stuff to flesh out the factions. So much better to stuff everything Yuri has into one Soviet sub-faction. Anyway, enough about how great Dark is. Double ref War Factory for both. Eco-wise, 2 halves each. Both building a third. We're gonna have radar coming out from 2FA, so quick tech again. 1 oil each. Buggy does some scouting. Again, look at the vision here for Nico. This is something that you get with experience, right? Sometimes you even see players basically building a wall with infantry. So you'd have sort of 1 there, 1 there, 1 there, 1 there, and you'd get full map vision, or at least an unbroken line of vision. 2FA is doing something similar, but it's not quite as aggressive and it's not quite as expansive, right? And this is something that the buggy can be used for. Just knock out your opponent's scouts. And there is absolutely nothing worse than being on a multiplayer map like this and then trying to move MCV and not knowing where your opponent's army is. Because you move MCV here, there could be $10,000 of units here and you have no idea. I mean, not at this stage of the game, obviously, but get the point. Gatling BTRs coming out now. Very nice APC. We're gonna get Yuri. Works how you'd expect Yuri to work. Uh-oh. Oh, that hurts.
I know your thoughts.
I wasn't trying to predict the future when I said be scared moving your MCV in Shroud, but again, being just utterly incredible as I am, that's exactly what happened. That is unfortunate. That is really unfortunate. Not the end of a game per se, but it is going to make life difficult. Yeah, that might cost you the game. We've got the V3 upgrade coming out. V3s are incredibly annoying just because of the amount of range they have. But they don't fire quite as fast and their missiles can be intercepted. And there's the MCV. 50 seconds, or 60 seconds even, where the War Factory isn't building anything. $3,000. There's your quantum capacitor upgrades. Obelisk, Venom, Templar. I said all those. Avatars, obviously. Now, brutes are very nice. I would have attacked the light tanks with the brutes. Gatling BTRs, incredibly good versus infantry. Now you want to rock Gatling BTRs up at the top. The light tank's just tanking with the BTRs. I think if the BTRs managed to get up the top and then hit the inf, that would have at least sent Nico back. You almost want to just try and use the APCs as hit and run down here. But Nico is positioning these light tanks incredibly well. They are intercepting the attack move of the BTRs. Here is your Tesla track. That is your anti-tank Tesla unit. But it's too little too late, unfortunately. I've said that about 2FA before, and then have to eat my words. I think it was 2FA versus Duke, right? No. No. 2FA versus somebody else. 2FA versus Dark. But yeah, tough one. Losing the MCV definitely cost 2FA the game there.
Battle control terminated.
I see how they did in game 2. Nika versus 2FA. Oh, that was game 2. Christ, my bad. I was so focused on that one. I really wanted 2FA to get a chance to show off what they can do. You play against Duke in round 5. Okay, that's what I was thinking of it. Right. Well, tough one. I mean, Nico is not somebody to be taken lightly. He is a scary boy. I mean, if I just look at the standings, right? Nico is Nico's here, and last tournament, I don't think I have the link saved anywhere. But last tournament did exceptionally well, and has been playing for a very long time. So it's worth commending everybody who has been playing for months, entering tournaments where a lot of players have been playing for years, right? It was a very good showing. Let me update the scores. Right. Cool. I only have one build order per faction. I mean, that's more build orders than I have per faction. Okay, who cares versus Milkman? This should be a strong one. Oh, look. I wonder if Who Cares built Devastators. Let's have a look.
Battle control initialized.
Okay, so we have Eagle, rapid reaction from Milkman here. Milkman, of course, is a OpenRA player. And like most of the very talented OpenRA players we've seen in the tournament, started out about Rocky, as I said at the start of the stream. I think every single OpenRA players who primarily play OpenRA made some mistake that was so catastrophic it lost them the game because they played like they were playing OpenRA. Now none of them did it again, but you know, and that's a sign of improvement. But it's so easy to do. That muscle memory, that, you know, you're looking at a game that looks the same and you think, oh yeah, I have multi-factory. I have multi-factory bonus. I'll build three barracks, and that makes my infantry build faster. That's not how Combined Arms works. That's how OpenRA works. Combined Arms, multi-queue, like Red Alert 3 or CNC 3. I can't remember which player did that, but it was one of them. Hey, Codex, did I lose already? I know I'm playing. I'm not playing. I'm a caster. Everybody knows casters are retired professional players, right? Anyway, let's have a look at the factions. Who Cares is ancient in this game. I've been playing forever. He ends up with Harbinger 31. They get the Devastator Warship bonus discount. I hope to see lots of Devastators. I should have got Legato to cast this, actually. Milkman gets Rapid Reaction Force. Auroras, a General's unit. Hover MLRS, brilliant unit. Love to see him. Reinforcements, like Paradrop or Drop Pods. Hover Mammoths, you're not going to see. Pitbulls, you're probably not going to see. Orca afterburner upgrade. Faster orcas. Probably not going to see. Excuse me. It was Trip. It was Trip who made the mistake with the racks, was it? Don't you've ever seen afterburner orcas? No. That is a lot of aliens. Milkman was just a little bit too slow with that NG. That was a lot of money spent on aliens warriors. So yeah, probably better to run that engineer around and cap that, honestly. But of course, Milkman doesn't know that there's nothing there. War factory. Oh. Who cares is behind? Is he? Oh, you know why? Because he built so much goddamn infantry on two refs. He was broke for a while. War factory only just comes out. Snipe. Snipes the NG. Insane. You'll love to see it. Yes. Oh, this is going to be a series, I expect. Milkman gonna get his harvester out. It's gonna build another harvester. Very sensible. Command center or radar built. Who cares? Going for a third ref and a harvester. For GDI, it's a bit more important to get that tech, I think. You want the MLRS, right, for your anti-inf. Right now, two oils to 1. No one's capped that. Who cares? Has both of those. And of course, the interloper, the standard scrin, with a heavy armor unit. Rejuvenator is like a medic, which aliens normally can't build, but hospitals, when you capture them, give a medic. So it's normally worth capping hospitals, I think. Here's the GDI APC with the Vulcan cannon upgrade, which is basically like a Gatling BTR that we saw in the last game. That's the unupgraded APC, which is like the allied APC. Bad, terrible APC. This is the Chad APC with the gun that goes brute. Both players with good eco. Who cares with 6 Harveys? Milkman with 4, which is fine for what he's got. One harvester will fill up normally, going around a tree. You can see there. By the time it's harvested something, another bit has come out. So there's never any idle time. Apart from this one time. I don't think I've ever seen a harvester not fill up around a blossom tree before. But he'll probably pull one of these over here when he gets a ref out. Who cares? Has not only got a ref here, but has also kept moving. He's going for that very strong eco play. Interestingly, hasn't captured this, so can't build off of it. And also hasn't capped this. Army value. Who cares? Way ahead. Way ahead. And that is all in standard units. There's no sort of $2,000 spaceships or anything, which often sort of warps the graph a little bit. I like what we're seeing out of Milkman. We need more inf. We need way more infantry. I knew GDI could build bloody medics. I said a few games ago that I was wrong and it was allies. GDI can build medics as well. Of course they can. Gunwalkers. Gunwalker, you're going to lose the... Ow! The engineer dies. I love the Hover MLRS. They just look so good. Ooh! And we have a Search and Destroy upgrade. Search and Destroy upgrade. We get Zone Raiders, tow missile upgrades on tow missile upgrade affects Humvees. So we're unlikely to see that. Also affects drones, but they don't get drones. What? Tormentors? I've not seen Tormentors before. And this is the problem with Milkman's army. I was saying earlier, he doesn't have the mass. Now you can try and hit them from behind. Going air versus GDI is normally a terrible idea because of the Vulcans. As you can plainly see right there, all 4 aircraft just disappeared. However, there's no infantry to go here. The Marauders are disgustingly powerful. We have a power drop at the back. But I think it's too little too late. Marauders are a bit like... wow! A bit like brutes, but with, you know, plasma cannons. Yeah, there just wasn't a massive infantry to kind of back up Milkman's army. I think that was the main issue there. And no rocket troopers either. And that's a GG. Great timing by Who Cares to go in.
Battle control terminated.
Okay. Game number 2. R4. This one's going to be a quick one.
Battle control initialized.
Okay, let's pause it. Both players got Soviet. My money is on somebody pulled a Grenadier. I don't think you could get a BTR out and Grenadiers and get them into the enemy base and get them to surrender before the 3-minute mark. But I think this is Grenadiers, straight Grenadiers ran around the map. Iraq, Desolators, Rad Troopers, and, you know, your standard Red Alert 2 thing. Ukraine, both players go any, by the way. They just happen to both end up as Soviet sub-faction. Ukraine we saw earlier. Crazy Ivans instead of Grenadiers. We might see that. Okay. So what's the build here, chaps? How did you pull this one off? Now, again, Milkman, OpenRA player. What he's about to do might be a very OpenRA strategy, and he might win because of it. But worth remembering, attack dogs have a little radar ring around them. They detect enemy infantry in that ring, even if it's in Shroud. Now, neither player... Me? It's important, Megan. Send me a text. No grenadiers. Right. I mean, so far this looks pretty standard. Okay. Who cares is about to collapse on Milkman here. I'll hover over the Iraq icon. There you go, take SS. Is it just a lack of... It's gonna be a rat snipe, isn't it? I wasn't even grenadiers. Oh. Because Milkman stopped building inf. Oh. You can pull the miners to try and squish. But yeah, that's how this ended in under 3 minutes. It wasn't even grenadiers. And that's another reason why when we saw Sir versus Legato, both built a lot of rifles and spreading them around their base. Right? Yeah. Okay. Haven't seen that this tournament. That was nasty, dirty, smelly. That was that was in fact nasty. And I don't think Who Cares was planning on doing that. He had one group of infantry here, one group of infantry here, and he saw where Milkman's like squad was, and he saw there was nothing else coming, and then he scouted with one rifle, saw his base was empty, and thought, I can do something about that.
Battle control terminated.
Oh shit, that might have been my Amazon package. That just called me up. No, it wasn't. Okay, never mind. I don't want that. Right, so Who Cares versus Milkman. Who Cares 2, Milkman 0. Unfortunate. The scores on the board as they currently look. 4 series down. Again, I'm gonna save these two for later. For those of you who were here yesterday, I was playing the Chinese mod, Operation Kutuzov. Hans is the person who did all the translation for it, and in Milkman's events, I don't think he practices CA at all. Very based on him to participate regardless. Yeah, 100%. But it's absolutely worth mentioning that him, and several others here don't play Combined Arms very much at all. Trip, for example, doesn't play very much. And I think Duke as well is an open RA player, and I don't want to get this mixed up. I mean, Milkman has been playing CA for a while, but it's only tournaments and stuff, and there aren't that many tournaments, so he's probably a little bit rusty as well. Yeah, said that. Who else? Dark, to be fair, doesn't play much multiplayer either. He just makes the game. Right, so next round 4 series. We have done these. Excellent. Good to know. Done that one. Trip versus Bubbly Boo. Let's go with this.
Battle control initialized.
Trip versus Bubbly Boo. Nod Mirror. Marked versus Legion. Marked alien weaponry. We saw that earlier. Legion. Stolen technology. APCs. Microwave tanks. Battle tanks. That just means medium tank. Nod normally don't get a medium. Legion do. You catch hack, tech hack, which can be very powerful. It's like putting a spy in a battle lab in Red Alert 2, right? You get a unique unit depending on what building you hack. Unique aircraft, unique infantry, or unique vehicle. A different one for each faction as well. And then satellite hack, which pairs very nicely with the whole tech steal, right? You sat hack, you reveal a section of the map, you see a Rax or a war factory, and you go, yes, please, I would like the secret unit that I get out of a Nod Rax. Thank you. So trip in the yellow, top right. Bubbly in the red, bottom left. I do have a note on Bubbly. Bubbly's been playing for 3 months. Yes. And Trip, as I mentioned earlier, he's been doing open RA for many years. And I think is their stat man. And does it. Not only plays open RA tournaments, but also does a lot of organizing for them as well. And dabbles in Combined Arms. Now, Legion, they're stolen tech. They don't get an airfield. They get a proper war factory. Or weapons factory. Which means you don't have the wasted time of a plane coming in, which is always annoying with an airstrip. But nice and chill game to start with. One oil, and where's it's just the one, right? Yeah, just the one. No one capping an outpost. Nice to see Trip guarding the flanks. Okay, Bubbly captures the outpost on the left. And it stops any shenanigans. Mr. Dreamer, did you play like every CNC mod in existence? Because Region Dream makes it look like you did. Don't play Project Phantom. I mean, I played some Project Phantom when it came out. But all it has is skirmish and multiplayer, so there's not much just like to stream. It would be like one stream, maybe two. I haven't played everyone. I have a list. There you go. There's my CNC mod list. I haven't played all of those, but there's like 200 mods on there, 150 mods. 90 cards. I wouldn't cast it either. Like I said, I played it when it came out, but I find skirmish incredibly boring because after a while, it's just the same thing over and over and over again. Okay, bikes. But yeah, if anyone's interested, that's a list of mods for like every CNC. It's got 200 or so mods on there with download links to ModDB and other places. One harvester of trip's gonna go down. Really nice to have the laser there. Yeah, he's gonna get it. But I try and keep an eye on which mods to do. But last year I went through like 40 of those. Did 7 or 8 generals mods. 12, 15, maybe 18 Tiberian Sun mods. Another 10, 12 Red Alert 2 mods. 10 CNC 3 mods. I've done most of the large ones. And more popular and more like established, more fleshed out mods on the list. Anyway, second war factory coming up for Trip now. Eco wise, Trip must be looking pretty good if he's going for a second war. Not so much. Trip getting called out here. Bit delayed getting his tanks down. He should move his tanks into the line of fire here, which he does just about do. He does end up winning that fight. The medium gonna go down, but I'm not sure he can convert this into much. Does he have the upgrades? He does. He does at least have hazmat, so he can walk on Tiberium. Oh, nah, Hops is gonna live. Lights will go down. Will the laser go down? The laser will go down. Trip's gonna get caught again in a pincer, but I think this time Bubbly wins. That's a lot of rifles there for him. Obby. Not a bad spot for an obby, and that's a triple blossom tree field as well. Trip now with 5 harvesters. I'd love to see a 6th. I'd love to see a second ref here. We're not going to see a second ref there. Okay. Venoms coming out for Trip. They're like Storm Riders, but not terrible. I will continue to... I will maintain the opinion that Storm Riders are the worst aerial unit in the entire game. Despite the fact that everybody seems to think they're incredible dog tier units. Every time I see them used, they just crash. They insta-die and they take out almost nothing. Devastator? Yeah, God tier unit. You know how I know it's God tier? I've seen you build it, Legato. Don't let me fight. Don't let me get the screenshot again. lots of light tanks here, tanking all the damage. Trip doing exactly what you're supposed to do with light tanks on your forward sort of heavy units. You run them around in the gap between the infantry, and because everybody uses attack move targets the nearest unit. And if that is a light tank, it means that all of the enemy rifles will target your light tank. Storm Riders, what did I say? Storm Riders suck. Yeah. Yeah, they did. Cool. Yeah, you did hear that right. And this is going to be clean up for Trip now. Bubbly tried to go pretty heavy into tech there. Trip, did he even build a radar? No, he did not. What's Bubbly's eco like? Move these. Bubbly, please. How much better are cyborgs than minigunners? I'd move the minigunners here and then start positioning your army like here, because that ain't holding. Covenant of Zeal for Enlightened. I recently learned that Enlightened have been changed in the last patch, so they now do percentage-based damage to enemies. Triple the HP, is it? I knew they did more damage, but tip core missiles as well.
Time to rock and roll.
This army's actually like not bad, but the artillery is gonna cause problems. Also, acolytes. Acolytes are like cyborgs, but better because they've got laser rifles. Commando. Commando will help.
Real tough guy.
Oh, the Venom took out the Commando very late in the day there. As for, hang on, support powers. Tech hack. So that looked like it was on the racks. So for Nod racks, Chem Warriors, Chem Mortars. Infantry armed with Chem Mortars delivering a corrosive payload, which is particularly effective against cyborgs. Okay, actual useful unit. Well, I don't know if it's any good or not. Trip absolutely should go typical missile. Problem with Stormrise is they are not helicopters, which far superior unit profile for killing infantry and valuable light armor targets. Yeah, all tech hack units are good, but very situational. Infantry artillery is lit. I don't know. The cryo artillery seems to suck. We need more cyborg rockets. We need way more cyborg rockets. Also, we need cyborg speed upgrade. No, 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 Bubbly, please get some AA. Those Venoms are going to tear you apart. They are absolutely going to tear you apart. You need like 15 rocket troopers. Storm Rider has to keep moving safely while being in range to shoot. While staying in range to shoot and must be given movement commands and firing orders at the same time. It's awkward. Yeah, might as well build a Devastator, right? No, but no. Advanced cybernetics is nice. Get advanced cyborgs. But
Time to rock and roll.
Bubbly's army is half the size. The artillery went down immediately. But there's no anti-armor. All of the rockets were like... Bubbly went out without any rockets, knowing that there were 3 Venoms running around.
Keep them coming.
Cry about it. Oh, that's terrible. That's absolutely terrible. Okay, that was frenzy. That's a general's ability there. Just pop it on for a bit of extra damage. Unfortunately, this is over. I'm not sure Bubbly would have won anyway, but I think Bubbly absolutely should have stayed home. Build up those rocket soldiers.
Keep them coming.
Immediately got sniped by their commando. Exactly. And they were just kind of running towards his army. Or Bubbly was getting them to run towards his army. So you even saw the Venoms sniping them as they were coming forwards. And Bubbly's army was sitting out there with no anti-air, no anti-armor, while the anti-armor was, you know, trying to reinforce it, getting sniped. Yeah. He probably should have stayed back. Do any co-op today? Oh yeah, I will. I'm gonna cast a load of this. A load of these tournament games.
Battle control.
Then I'm going to grab some food. Then I'm gonna play some co-op games for probably like 2 hours. At around 6 p.m. GMT +1. And then when I'm done with that, no, play for 3.5 hours, excuse me. And when I'm done playing co-op, I will stream some more of these with Legato co-casting, which is great because he is way more knowledgeable than I am about this. So yeah, I'll stream another 2 hours of this, grab some food, come back, play 3 hours of co-op, and then stream like another 3 hours of this, or until I'm done. I've got 12 series of round 4 to do, and 5 series of round 5 to do. So we've got plenty of tournament games to cast, but I would like to get some co-op in, yes. Now, where were we? I could finish even earlier if we managed to get through like a load of these games. Could finish even earlier, and that means I come back earlier for co-op. But I do need to have some food sometime in between streams. I don't want to make a habit of streaming for like 9 hours like I did the last 2 days. Right, game number 2 of Trip vs Bubbly.
Battle control initialized.
Trip, any, cycle, lovely to see. Versus Legion, not sure it's quite as good. You know, Legion getting those medium tanks means that Gatlings shouldn't be as good. Yuri can't mind control cyborgs, which is part of the campaign, obviously. But Yuri probably not. Yuri can make a difference. It won't wreck enemy infantry as fast as Boris will, but it has longer range. Obviously, mind control stuff. Floating discs, I love them. They're so nice. But they don't auto heal, I don't think. They do in Red Alert 2. Red Alert 2 discs, or Yuri's Revenge flying discs, are on paper the most powerful unit in the game. They have no front and back. They are omnidirectional. Like, they can move without turning. If they're sort of flying in point, you can move them in any direction and they will insta move. There's no turning. They will shoot while moving, which is rare in Red Alert 2. Rhinos, Grizzlies, Lashers. Rhinos, Grizzlies, Lashers. Nothing else in the game shoot moves, which I can think of. And then discs. And discs auto heal. So on paper, this is the most powerful unit in the game. Which does actually translate. If you get a mass of discs, which does happen occasionally in multiplayer, or has happened, it's game ending. Except flag trucks. IFVs, not so much. Anyway. Trip slightly behind Bubbly in terms of build speed. But that's because he built a kennel. I haven't used flag tracks can shoot air while moving. No, they can't. Nah, they can't. Their turn to fire so fast doesn't matter. True. True. Black tracks are the ultimate anti-air in well, sort of. In Red Alert 2. Flak tracks, one-on-one, beat IFVs and Gatling tanks. As well. Aegis are the, like, premier ulti-air, of course. Aegis are broken. Anyway. Enough about Red Alert 2. 2 oils in the middle. And then a pocket oil for each player. Trip with both oils. Very nice to get. Let's see if he builds any Yuri stuff. He might not, because again, open RA player wants to keep it simple. He might just play a standard Soviet game. Where are you moving to? Yeah, makes sense. Discs are also anti-air sludge. Flying discs also hit her. That's something else to remember. Infantry, how many rocket troopers? 5? I guess we're only 5 minutes in. Hitting areas. Their attack move makes them insane. Try chasing them with the IFVs. It's very near impossible. You need a lot of GGI IFVs to take out a sort of squadron of 5 or 6 discs. Because the discs move faster than the IFVs. Sort of. Assuming it's not just flatland. By the time the IFVs have stopped, fired, the discs have moved out of the IFV range and the missile detonates midair. And so IFVs will never hit discs moving away from them. Ever. You need to run the IFVs under the flying discs and then tell them to attack. I would have thought that Angie lived. I believe IFV's ass anyway. Yeah, that's unless they're elite. Use IFV versus disc spam, not BFGGI. Because BFGGI is BFs are incredibly slow. And will never catch up to a disc, ever. And BFs are bad versus air. BF GGIs have a different attack than IFVs. Nice surround by Trip there. Bubbly is going to close ranks. Friend of them under the swarm. I mean, yeah, there's ways you can make it work, but like, you know, that's just not happening. Like, you know, you need to plan for it. Like, nobody in their right mind would keep a load of this just sat around while their opponents spent. Bear in mind, BF's 2k, GGI's 300. That's 4.5 grand you spent on a GGI IFV. This is 2,000. It's not even cost effective at that point. Yeah, Bubbly not making any tanks. There is no heavy armor wall. This is concerning. Bubbly is now making mediums. The FGGIs are normally made for defense anyway. Yeah, America forts are always the way to go with a battle fortress. You never want to have 5 GGIs in a battle fortress. That's a recipe for disaster called Terror Drones. Terror Drones will wreck your BFs if you have no GIs in there. Army. Trip. 6 brutes. A thief? Hang on. Where is this thief? Trip just stole a Harvey. Where, Fredo? A bottom left one is stolen? Oh, yeah. Oh, shit. How'd he do that? That's not a thief ability. Is it? Wait, thieves work as hijackers? Hijacks enemy vehicles. Huh, okay. Who knew? I thought thieves were just like Red Alert 1 thieves, where they could steal money. Yeah, okay, we've got 2 thieves in this down here. Holy shit. And then you've got your you've also got lashers versus heavies. Oh, that's a flex. That is a lot of infantry. And that is only one Katyusha. Katyusha. Bubbly should expand at some point. These are still there. Yeah. And okay, at least that rifleman is up there. Bubbly should be terrified that they haven't seen Trip's army. Hey, mediums are in sort of the right position there. Brutes are well out of position. Not enough rocket troopers at the top. But I think this might work. Tip-core missiles as well. Tip-core missiles do extra damage versus everything. And Trip gets kind of rolled at the bottom there. Unfortunately, at the top, those at least one harvest is going to go down. Now you need to run the harvesters away. And now, unfortunately, pull back. Or gets the brute. Low power, something. Needs to move the tank in here. Oh, the commando's here. If we can get rid of the bubbly. Is bubbly gonna do it? The left side of bubbly's base? What about it? Nothing happened. Did it? You had me worried there, Friday. So, yeah. Yeah, Bubbly has learnt that infantry are useful. Now, something else that Bubbly presumably doesn't know is that you can garrison your infantry in the temple, and they will obviously come out as cyborgs, right? You can convert regular infantry to cyborgs. So these rocket soldiers, the regular ones, can be put in there. In fact, yeah, that drains your money. True. Advanced cybernetics, cyborg elites, awesome, obviously. Get the cyborg out. I was gonna say commando, but same thing. I like Storm Riders, but you know, better and $400 cheaper. Bye bye. I think Bubbly's got a sizable chance here. Like an $8,000 chance. Bubbly! Bubbly, no! Bubbly, why? Okay, Bubbly's put themselves on a timer. What? What? Okay, improved cyborg armor, 20% damage reduction, 10% explosion reduction. In slow motion. No! No! I can't rewind, unfortunately. We can't see how big of a drop that caused. The graph only updates every 1 minute. But I think Bubbly's gonna lose this. Maybe not? Yeah, this is Yuri, by the way. Half single demo, hard. Yeah, did anybody else see it like killed some units and then it killed some more like a fraction, like a tick later? Like it did 2 damage ticks and it was just random units like in the army over here. Like it didn't even kill all of them. But the rad was over here. There wasn't even an invisible rad. That's yeah, the cyborgs tanked it. I think that's exactly what it was. And yeah, you know what else? I bet the improved cyborg armor, which I pointed out just before the demo truck came along. I bet that did an awful lot of help. But yeah, Yuri cannot mind control cyborgs. Right? He can mind control cyborgs? Boo. We've got a floating dick. You don't want to take this fight. Nah.
Keep 'em coming.
Commando would have been nice. You mind what heavy cyborgs? Finally. Got these back working. Bubbly is trying to build cyborg elite. Some rocket cyborgs and regular cyborgs. Not a bad composition. Bubbly hasn't gone for like, oh, maybe Bubbly can't, you know? Because you need to kill 3 buildings to be able to get the nod upgrade, right? That is the sound of sex. Sounds so good. No, look at discs being OP. You know how sex feels like? Of course I do. Do you not play Hell March when you're having sex? Doesn't it remind you of flying discs? You know, I mean, we've all heard, like, we've all played Red Alert 2, right? You know, where it clearly says dicks in flight. Hey, right. Getting fucked by floating dicks isn't sex. Nah, it's playing versus Andy. Oh, dear. Right. I think Bubbly's economy is collapsed. Yeah. TNC players and sex don't go in the same sentences. True. Alright, here's the fight. And there's a lot of damage output from Bubbly. And the money value actually is on Bubbly's side. And Trip runs. Atomic mammies. Oh. What killed Yuri? I didn't notice. I assume it was just Cyborg Elite. This army from Bubbly is now scary AF. Like, this is no joke. That MCV needs repaired. Being repaired. Otherwise, I would suicide the discs. Yep. Guys, 3rd time today. Accurately predict what players are doing. Atomic shells, which is a power, gives it doesn't work though, because these are all infantry and mammoths don't fire. Oh no, they do fire atomic shells, but then you've got to be close. They've got to be closer to fire their shells than the rockets. My bad. But yeah, it's like Iron Curtain. And it's an ability and gives any cannon vehicles, or up to 5 cannon vehicles. What was that? That was the demo truck. Did anyone else hear like the calling card for the demo truck? I assume it was a demo truck. You heard it? Oh, fuck. Sorry. I was too distracted by atomic mammies. Oh, it was like 4 minutes ago. How many heavy cyborgs left? 1.
I know your thoughts.
And Bubbly needed to rebuild the MCV. The issue... Okay. If we just look at the army graph as well. Yeah. I did not think it was that high. Well, at least there's only one tower to hit. Oh no! I looked at the date. I looked at the date. I didn't mean it. I didn't mean it. Whoa. Whoa. Is it warm in here or is it just me? Yeah. Okay. Trip is gonna clean up the game here. Yuri in the back line. The atomic mammies at the front. Gonna do the most damage. And that is gonna spell the end. The medium tanks are nice, but Yuri ruled that fight. Yuri is very, very, very powerful. Gene bombs like genetic mutator, turn stuff into brutes, but there's no mutate. Oh, Pterodog. I did wonder what killed that harvester. All I saw was the dogs. These are exploding dogs. Oh! Cluster missile. But it missed. And there's Rage. And Yuri, like, still lives. But it's quite far forward. The mammy's being brought forwards to tank. You'd love to see it. Yuri will mind control 3 units at 0 veterancy. When it gets, as Yuri gets more veterancy, it will, said that, it will increase more. But there is the GG. That was a real interesting game to watch. Bubbly put up a real strong fight, showed how insanely powerful cyborgs were. And Trip, Trip throwing everything in the goddamn arsenal at Bubbly there, which I really love to see. You so often just see certain units being built. Atomic mammoths. Haven't seen those all series. Discs, I might have seen one be built all tournament. Demo trucks, haven't seen them all tournament. We saw random Tesla troopers thrown in the mix here. We saw Yuri brought out. I fucking love that. That was brilliant. Throwing the kitchen sink and the baby at Bubbly there. The yak snap on the commander. Yep. I don't know what's good or bad, so I'm gonna make everything. Honestly, yeah. But in the end, Trip kind of adapted to what worked and what didn't, and I think that's great. That was brilliant. And Bubbly makes it Bubbly making him work for it. Real nice to see. See, as a game where combined arms works for army comp, which who would have thought? Yeah, exactly.
Battle control terminated.
Right, so Trip versus Bubbly. That's another 2-0. Unfortunately for Bubbly, but very well done to Bubbly. I mean, it's right here. It's staring me in the face. What is called MJ? MJ is another one of the FC guys, Fortune's Chaos guys. And so he decided a few years ago to put one of his redemptions as Cool Matt. And so mine is Cool Up MJ, which I did as revenge. Yeah. I need to add some more Channel Point Redemption stuff, actually. But we will get into Dark versus Yara.
Battle control initialized.
I'll briefly run to the bathroom, but quickly we've got Iraq versus Iraq. Mirror matchup. Mirror matchup. Iraq, demo trucks, rad troopers, Dasso troopers, etc., etc. Standard stuff.
Sludge D2 destroy all Cabal's harvesters, refineries, and silos.
We will keep. No one wants to look at Dark. No one wants to look at Dark. We'll keep an eye on Yara over here, and I will be back in 30 seconds. Right. Okay. So, as is expected, not much happened. Dark going the standard build here. Yara going not the standard build. War Factory first is not something, or Ref then War is not something that players normally do. Saw it in patch 1.4 and 1.5 a little bit. Not so much, and then it was already falling out of favor. You don't really see it anymore. Is Yara YFAB? I can't remember. I don't know if Yara goes by other names. But this is a very Red Alert 2 build. And the problem with it is that Yara plays regular open RA. Who's YFAB's alter ego then, Dark? It's in Discord, it's YFAB. YFABAB. So I've got their player bio in my notes. Oh, okay. Yeah, it's just Yara. Okay, cool. Now, the advantage of building a war factory as early as possible is that, right? It's an incredibly greedy build. But if you can pull it off, it works. And Yara going another harvester. I love this. I absolutely love this. This appeals to the Red Alert 2 player in me. Great chem tower. Protects the racks, protects the wall, protects the ref. Great placement there. Yara moving down south. This map just has one oil. Maps, by the way, there are 10 maps, 12 maps to pick from. Each player picks a map. in this part of the tournament. There are 2 games. Game 1 is the map is chosen by one player. Game 2, the other player chooses the map. Unfortunately, about 4 maps have been played 95% of the time. I think we've seen 1 map outside of the standard 4 or 5. We've seen 1 map played a couple, like the moon map. That's been played a couple of times. And then we've seen 2 maps each played once. It's just it's certain maps obviously get a lot of love. Players know them better. Maybe they were in previous patches. New maps in any game tend not to get much love until players have kind of worked out how they work. But I expect to see a lot of the same maps, if anybody's wondering about the map list or the map pool. Yara's still 1 harvester ahead, and you see that reflected in the income. So it wasn't a great start. It was a very greedy start. But here's the first fight. Deso's coming out from dark. Real nice to see. V2s as well doing insane damage. But Yara just with way more army here. I mean, it wasn't to begin with necessarily, but it is now. And Dark absolutely going to lose the 6th match. That is, of course, unless Yara just decides to like not kill things. Yara has 3 racks, double rifle and single rocket solid production. This was great, and coming from the side, this is slick from Yara, in my opinion. They went incredibly greedy, and it could have gone very badly, but it didn't, and it built incredibly strong foundations. And then some nice quick moves. This is, you know, we see this out of people like Legato. Move, ref, move again. Unfortunately, this hasn't really translated into much damage on Dark. Dark still has basically every building he had here. Your engine cheats. Yeah. If player equals Dark, then money equals infinite. Again, Dark, of course. Darknemic, one of the one along with Ink, 2 sort of mod makers for combined arms. Well, I think Dark is. Ink does some map making stuff. Dark does, and campaign stuff. Dark does a lot of the unit balancing. Rad Trooper and Desolator. What exactly does the upgrade do? Well, Desolators can deploy, and then around them is a ring of radiation. Unfortunately, the ring of radiation is about the same size as a rifleman's range. As someone was complaining to me the other day that deploying Desolators is a complete waste of time. But they have longer range. Yeah, the deployer, I can't really remember. It's been a while since I've seen it. But literally 2 or 3 days ago, someone was complaining to me that deploying Desolators is a complete waste of time. I don't know if that's true or not. But yeah. But otherwise it's range, more damage, a bit of splash, a bit more splash for the Deso gun, the Rad gun. Absolutely bloody amazing to have in your backline, because they will have more range than your infantry, right? Your standard rifles. They're like shock troopers, but an anti-inf version. But they're also not bad against armor. Gotta love this. Gotta love it. Yara looking real nice. When we finish this game, I want to look and see what how Yara's done in the rest of the tournament. Oh, Hines. My phone's been turned down this entire stream. I need something off. And it's a fight, but the Hines are already out of ammo. The Rhino's moved forward, tanking all the damage, and then Yara's infantry comes in and guns down everything. Outstanding move. Sorry about the colors. Very inconsiderate players here. But hopefully you can tell one of them is a kind of dark blue and the other is a sort of medium purple. Oh, what's this? One all truck goes down, another all truck probably is going to go down as well. But I think this might be too little too late. This is a lot of very angry men. Can't hear you over the sound of birds. Yeah, I realized. I turned my headphones up and was like, holy shit, this is loud. I can turn it down. It's just when you zoom in, it gets louder. Ooh, I can just turn myself up. Everybody loves to hear me being loud. Nice V2. It's fine for me for my audio service. Yeah, it's because the game has like directional audio. It's really difficult to get a balanced audio level. I think Dark is dead. I think. What was that? I think the curtain might be closing on Dark. Yep. So this is an upgraded flame tower. Well, this is a chem tower. Rock gets them instead of flame towers. I assume they're just better flame towers. I don't think there's a plus minus, but I have no idea what the stat differences are. Probably just like more damage, right? The range doesn't look any different to a flame tower. I think that's like the standard sort of 5-tower range. Their flame towers have much improved heavy damage. Nuke bomber. Oh, rad bomber, sorry. Rad. Unfortunately, no rocket soldiers. Now this expansion might go down. How much power have we got here, Yara? Not enough. Now that power plant can go down, I think. Yeah, and Yara's fine, but it won't be in a minute. And this is kind of all Dark's got right now. You love to see it. Yara looking real good. Can't quite close the game out, and that worries me. Because Dark, surprisingly enough, knows the mod that he has been making for the last several years. Knows, like, late game quite well. If Yara's open RA, then Yara might struggle. Chem towers and laser turrets more than dedicated defenses because they do harm no matter what approaches. The sign can fasten the chem tower. Can't hit. Yeah, chem tower not hitting stuff is very annoying. Okay, here's the next fight. For a brief window, Dark outgunned Yara. But I don't think he does anymore. And I think this is all she wrote. Yep, Dark has 3 riflemen and 3 hinds. Might be messing around. Little does Yara know, Dark is in the next patch. Every time Yara plays, riflemen are gonna cost triple. Literally just because I went high instead of putting that money into army mass on all the fights quite close. Yeah, and the first time you use your hinds, you like you spent all the ammo on like 5 rifles, 5 infantry. And Yara went ultra greed at the start. Like that's a huge difference. I know we said like talked about how it wasn't how the money stats were a bit balked in the way that they were calculated, but I mean still, if we just take that as a roughly correct, it's still a 20% difference, right? In fact, that difference in eco is about the difference in army value. Just because of a bunch of my harvesters were killed? Yeah. Yeah. And you might call that a minor problem, Dark. It's so funny. Right, game number 2. I thought of that joke like 5 minutes ago and I've been trying to insert it somewhere. I'm so happy with myself. Right. Oh, dearie me.
Battle control initialized.
All right, game number 2 between Dark and Yara here. Yara a little bit late to deploy. Dark going any, getting marked. Venom's Acolyte. I think marked are really quite powerful. Quantum capacitors as well. Frenzy as well. Like kind of everything's useful. Ukraine. We might see siege tanks. I feel like they've been built once. I feel like it was Dark who built them, but I tried siege tanks once and then was very surprised when they had a range of, they're like anti-defense. They're tanks which are supposed to be anti-defense tank, like good against enemy defenses. They have a range of like 3 tiles, and yes, they're well armored, but they have to get well within the defense's range to kill stuff. So we'll see. V3 discount, who cares? Terror Dog discount. I mean, Trip made the Terror Dogs work. He killed a couple of Bubbly Boo's harvesters with them. Kirov cluster bombs, actually not terrible. Not as good as Caster Kirovs, but we could see some Kirovs. Siege tank is where you meet your artillery X and they put on quite a lot of weight. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So I prefer marked here to Ukraine. Now is Yara's not doing the same build either. Love it, love it. That shows Yara knew exactly what they would like, picked what they were doing last mission, last map even, and it was a conscious build. Here they're going a different build. Capping the forward command post. Not often do we see on this map people cap the forward command. This map has been played a couple of times, but not very often. I think it's been played twice, maybe 3 times. Robots. What do you mean robots? This isn't ARC. 2 oils per player. So 1 pocket, one pocket, 1 safe. Sort of. Like, it's not contested in the middle. Okay, and Yara's gonna keep pushing and take out Dark's oil. Behind this, both players, like I said, are doing standard build. Dark is not building a building. He's moving MCV. Okay. Going howitzer. Reduce damage, reduce range, but increase projectile speed, increase movement speed, increase accuracy, and has a turret, so it doesn't need to turn the whole body of the vehicle to fire. So better, like more effective in every way, but a little bit more risk, right? You know, with that lower range, lower damage, you're way more likely to hit your enemy, but you're not going to do as much damage. Spicy Build episode 2. I didn't look at the game time. A part of me likes to look at the game time because I like to know if it's going to be a real quick and done or if it's going to be a real late game. But then also, if I know that, then it kind of spoils the first 5-10 minutes of the game. So I was going to go bikes, and I was like, wait, Yara just spammed T1, so I thought howitzers, but then it was on my doorstep. True. We got a little turret down there. Yara not building, and well, there we go. Really? Not going ref? No, he's got loads of money. 4 harvesters for Yara, only 3 for Dark as well. Would artillery not be a good idea here, Dark? Like, you could shell him from range. Uh-oh, tank's out of position. Yara's going for that fight. Oh, no! Infantry dying on the tip! I know this is going to go down, isn't it? Yep, there's always that one missile. That one missile! And there we go. That's going to be it, isn't it? Yes, yes. Place the Tesla coil. Base walk into dark space. Yes! Oh, very nice. Oh, you love to see it when the enemy are building Tesla coils in your base. Very neat. Very neat indeed. Oh, I did enjoy that one.
Battle control terminated.
Okay, let's update the enjoy watching Dark Clues. Well, that too. That too. You have no idea how many hours of pain and suffering he's caused me. Right, so I'm leaving those 2 for later. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. Right, well, we'll keep going until, like I said, about for another 45 minutes or so. So. Cassius versus Gray. Cecile versus Kasib. Gavin and Altera. Cinema vs 2FA. That needs to be casted. but they're for a different round. So I might try and leave those for the end. Dark losing. Hey, caution. Dark did lose. 2-0. 2-0. I mean, and Dark's done quite well. Okay, he lost 2-0 to who cares there, but 1-1 to Gavin. 2-0 to Cecile. Is it done? Not yet. Not yet. How about Gavin and Altera? Two known quantities. I'm gonna look at how Gavin and Altera have done so far. Gavin 2-0'd Kasib. Gavin here 1-1 Dark. And then lost 0-2 to Creo. Creo is another one of the sort of top 3, top 4 contenders. And then Altera's been playing this for like a million years, right? He claims to have only been playing Combined Arms for 2 years, but I'm not sure I believe him. 2-0 Bubbly. Goal 0-2 by 2FA. Well, let's watch Gavin versus Altera. I'll have to increase my cheats from ×2 to ×3. Yes, indeed. Oh, we have factions. New exciting factions as well. And GDI. Everybody loves some GDI.
Battle control initialized.
Catch stream. Well, I've got another 45 minutes of this to cast. I will cast for another 45 minutes, and then I'll run away for an hour, grab some food, and then when I get back, I'll do some co-op campaign, and then finish off later this evening with all the games I haven't cast. That way, stuff is kind of broken up. There's some gameplay stuff in there. But we've also got people who are we can also watch people who are way better than me and also see all the different factions. That's one of the nice things about casting tournaments. And in Combined Arms, all of the factions are viable. There is no weak faction. Like, yes, we have seen some players pick certain factions a little bit more than others, but a lot have gone for random, like any Soviet. We've got Traveler 69. Innovators and Lacerators we'll probably see. Will we see anything else? Probably not out of them. Still Talon OP. Titans, Wolverines actually probably as well. We'll see. Juggernauts if it reaches that stage of the game. Exo Drop absolutely great. Railgun Titan probably won't reach the stage of the game where that comes into play. Although, actually, Titans we might not see either. We're more likely to see Juggernauts and Wolverines than Titans. It's a real shame. Gyro Stabilizers. I have a feeling most focus on PvP. Well, the game is balanced around PvP. Co-op campaign, yeah. There is a co-op version of the entire Combined Arms campaign up on made by Gander, which you can find in the Combined Arms Discord. Which up to 6 players. You can tweak all the settings as well. You can increase the amount of enemies the AI sends at you, so you can give the AI like attack multipliers. So you can play with like 10 times attack wave, which we have been doing over the last week or two. We've been myself and some of the other guys in Fortune's Gals Discord have been going through, and Gander's done a real fantastic job of it. There is also he's also made co-op versions of the Cincy 1 campaign, Red Alert 1 campaign, and is turning Tiberian Alternative into a co-op campaign, which is very much worth playing through if people haven't played it. All of those obviously in combined arms engine. Anyway, that's for later. For now, Altera and Gavin. Humvees doing their thing. Walls. Is that a wall? I'm not sure. I'm never sure about corners. This one here. Yes, this one. It makes very painful co-op campaigns. Changing updates settings. He also likes watching us suffer. Exactly. It's just like Dark. And a lot of other mod makers. Something I found about really good mods is that the mod authors are generally like sadists. They just enjoy watching people suffer. And then when people aren't suffering enough, they say, "Oh, okay, well, I've got to, if you're enjoying yourself, no fun allowed here. I've got to make it worse and more painful for you." So when you find a mod maker like that, you know that the mod is probably pretty good. Love to see it. Nice defensive guard tower. Altera. Nice quick expansion from Altera. You'll notice that Gavin went here, which... Never mind. I'm going insane. That's there. Ignore me. They both expanded to the same point. Nice to see that the comm center was capped to look out for those sneaky side attacks. But it looks like Altera is playing a bit of a macro game. Advanced articulators, 15% movement speed. That's the upgrade that you have there. Gavin's gonna get out the GDI Tech Center. We've got air coming out here. We've got tormentors. Okay. They see 20 times enemies and go, "Yeah, I can handle that." Exactly. And it's so much fun. And if you can beat a mission with 20 times enemies, then on the next mission, you turn the enemies up to like 25 times. And you see if you can beat that. So, Lacerators, gonna come in here and get spotted. Or killed by the advanced guard tower. We'll keep an eye on their inevitable destruction and demise. First infantry. Cannot attack aircraft. So these have been spotted. They shouldn't kill that, right? There you go. Start repairs. Gavin, nice and quick. Hypercharge on the Seeker and the Lacerator, giving these increased damage for a period of time. But then they sort of slow down after a while. Point defense system. There you go, like this. So Gavin has gone defensive. Gavin has gone hold the line as GDI. One of the reasons to do that is because you can then build zone defenders. Zone defenders, as it says there, ability which shields nearby infantry. They are insanely good to pack into your infantry army. Insanely good. 100 times work surprisingly well on some RA and TD missions. We should do the RA and TD campaign at some point, Croc. Ooh! Mobile EMP. Somebody's done Mobile EMP already. I can't remember who it was. Might have been Gavin, actually. And we see Wolverines coming out. We see warthogs coming out. Sexy warthogs. Vulcans. Olegato. Where are you, my boy? Actually, no. Let's wait and see if Altera wins. If Altera loses, Legato's going to say it's because of the Devastator. Warhogs are incredibly powerful if they can get through. And of course, Gavin should predict Altera lose. Damn, called out. Fucking knew it. Now, having gone defense hold the line strategy as GDI, Gavin can get ceramic armor on the warthogs, which I really think he should get, because that means the warthogs have a better chance of dropping their entire payload over this infantry army. It's yet another reason why GDI are just the best faction, and no one should bother playing anything else. Quite passive at the moment. Hardened carapace and hypercharge and advanced articulators, that's it. Yeah, he wants to get the is he force firing? No. Altera's army is about out of position here. Here comes the A10s. No? Oh, he got the deployer and the A10s. Oh, not the best of attack points there. What happened to the Devastator? Can't have died. It's too good to die. Oh, Mastermind. So, Skrin get Mastermind as a hero unit, which is a lot like Yuri. Can capture enemy buildings. Crash. Hardly seems possible. Unfortunately, Mastermind was way out of position. Banelings! Banelings! Okay, well, you killed your own army, but you also killed his. So, yeah, okay. Another Devastator. But these are the zone defenders. These units are from the best CNC. That's right. Zone defenders are from CNC 4. Which is why they are so good in this game. Eviscerated, replace Ravager. Just basically a straight upgrade. Ooh, Corruptors. But they couldn't get a shot out. And this is gonna be a problem. Holy crap, that's a lot of A10s. Gavin plays like I do. What CNC board did you bring that up? Yeah, it's the game which zone defenders come from. And there's the GG. And that's the defense kind of matrix thing that they can have. Gavin wins game 1.
Battle control.
I will play some CNC4 sometime this month. We'll get a CNC4 session going in the Fortune's Chaos Discord. We've done it a few times over the last year and a half. We can normally get, you can have 10 players in a CNC4 lobby. Normally we get 8 to 10. We can get 10 normally for about an hour before somebody needs to back off. Or like, you know, back out. But we normally try and get 2 or 3 hours of CNC4 in. It's jolly good fun. And I regret nothing. CNC4 can be very fun. Zone defenders, the one who deployed turrets in CNC4. Yep. Did they do that here? No. In this they get a shield that reduces damage to infantry around them. That was the little blue circle that you saw at the very end.
Battle control initialized.
So they're absolutely incredible to mix into your army, right? Because they protect infantry nearby. So they essentially buff like your whole army by their mere existence. Hey, Red. So, Altera bottom left, Gavin top right. In terms of factions, Gavin has gone Still Talon again. Altera's gone Any Scrin, but has ended up with Harbinger 31. 10% Devastator discount. Yes, of course. And Stellar Fusion Cannon. Stellar Fusion Cannon upgrades the Devastator so that it fires. It has to like charge up to fire, but its weapon is way more powerful. Also gets 10% discount on the Mummy ship. Buzzer Swarm, most OP ability in the entire fucking game. Without a doubt, no questions asked. No possibility of appeal. Buzzer Swarm is broken, actually. And given that it's an anti-infantry ability, I'm sure we will see it this game. And then we'll all see how utterly OP it is. It creates a little, well, Buzzer Swarm. Like the unit in CNC3. Except you can't kill it. That Buzzer Swarm is, is it movable by the player? I think it is, isn't it? And it moves at about the same speed as an infantry which is prone. So infantry can outrun it, but if it's popped on top of a ball of infantry and all the infantry then fall, like, you know, go prone, and then they start trying to crawl away, the Buzzer Swarm will be able to keep up with them and kill them all. And there is nothing you can do about it, because the ability is disgustingly overpowered. How do you kill a World of Shards anyway? One of my words in 3. By putting more shards into the shards. I'm pretty sure if you fired a bunch of shotgun cartridges into a ball of confetti, the confetti would start to disappear, right? BizKid is more pissed off by it than me, and I've been pissed off about it since I first encountered it in like 1.03 or 1.004, which is 2 years ago, 2.5 years ago. God, how long have I been playing and streaming Combined Arms for? 2 years? 2 years. On and off. Gavin's gonna win out here. Gavin going tech. Pretty standard for GDI to kind of tech up a little bit. Starting to get to radar. The MLRS is just so powerful. General's Ion Cannon, Alien Edition. Damn right. Funnily enough, GDI are the ones who get the most generals units. You might think it would be the allies, but no, it's GDI. Because, like, GDI get the firepower, search and destroy, hold the line as generals. Auroras are... Auroras are a special unit for one of the GDI factions. We saw it earlier. They get no, that sounds screen infantry, mate. It is very satisfying. Like an iron rifle, yeah. An actual proper defense. Target the imp, target the imp. That could have wiped out most of the imp. No more AA. The defense has held the line. Altera's looking in kind of a good position, I'd say, right now. He's expanded to the middle. So is Gavin. Gavin's expansion is sort of better because he moved a bit further, but now can just base walk across. Fuck the buzzer swarm that move. It's pure bullshit. Oh, hey, you have 2 soldiers. Fuck you. An animation of every single screen infantry death variant saved on Discord. The art is stellar. Jesus. The jump jet troopers are glass cannons. They 1 or 2 shot every infantry that exists, but they die in 1 hit. Shot, liquefied, exploded, immolated, disintegrated, melted, liquefied, so many more. Advanced rockets. What? Where's Buzzer Swarm? 3 minutes on the Buzzer Swarm. 3 minutes 42, Biz. And then you're gonna have to close your eyes and look away so you don't get PTSD. And there is no anti-air here at all. The jump jet's doing insane damage. I'm sure other things helps as well, but they got 3 other players buzz on me every fucking time. What meteor as well. And Gavin just has complete map control. The jump jet's so good. Not if Altera has enough AA, and you don't need much, right? You know, jump jets die in 1 hit. You don't need much AA to knock them out. But if you don't have enough AA, or it gets picked off, or it's out of position, then the jump jets are just broke. I'm loving the defenses out of Gavin as well. Like, it saved him over here. Blowtick, Burster, sorry. Blowtick's a Mental Omega, right? These are Banelings from StarCraft 2. Explode on death. Their range is insane. What? A building? That's insane. Right, okay. We've got to hold the line again for Gavin. He's gone defensive. These are the zone defenders. Again, from that incredible game. Combined Arms truly does have something from every CNC. Except Red Alert 3. I think. Jump jet conga lines. I think Red Alert don't. I mean, there are some units from Red Alert 3 that are in Red Alert 2 and also in Combined Arms. But if Red Alert 3 didn't exist, Combined Arms would still have every unit, right? So you can say that Combined Arms copied, like, took the unit from Red Alert 2, not the units from Red Alert 3. If you took out Red Alert 2, Red Alert 3, Combined Arms would miss some stuff. Okay, so EMP, boom. Peacemaker is Sentry Bomber. Yeah, sort of. Okay, so Gavin's letting the War Factory die because he's, what, scared of the mine spots? That's gonna put themselves a laugh. What mission did those attack you on, Biz? Move dog and replace with bear. Oh, 100%, man. 100%. Absolutely. That way, CA will have stuff from every game in. Just replace the attack dog with an attack bear. Cryo rockets. That's not in RA3. Cryo's in RA3, but cryo rocket's not right. Here we go, Buzzer Swarm. Okay, I've had medics before and they all died. That's not indicative of how OP it is. It's way more OP than that normally. Clearly Altair is bad at using Buzzer Swarm. And that's a GG. Gavin wins 2-0.
Battle control terminated.
Impressive. Very impressive games. Let me update the scores. It's a lot of 2-0s today, isn't it? Right. So, I want something that's gonna take about 20 minutes. Cassius versus Gray. Duke versus Sinjil. And Cecile versus Kasib. Let's go Duke versus Sinjil. Nah, let's go Cecile versus Kasib. Yeah, let's go Cecile versus Kasib. We'll slightly overrun. Right, so
Battle control initialized.
knock up the start to 1.3. Cecile goes France. Cecile always goes France. I don't think I think it's what Cecile knows the best. Cecile's problem so far in most of their games has been not really being very aggressive and not always letting them down. Kasib, Fox, going Legion, battle tanks. We've seen it before. Stolen tech could be very nice. Oils, 4 oils on the map. It's the penis oil map. Kasib, Fox, bottom left. Cecile, top right. Interesting. Okay. Kasib not building racks. Going bikes immediately. This is ballsy. Now, I think because of Cecile's sort of inexperience, I don't know if they're gonna pick up on what's really quite obvious, which is there are no pink units on the map. Where are they? Cecile might have noticed that, but I'm not sure. You might get so in the zone, right? Especially if you're a newer player, that you don't notice it. Except Cecile likes building defenses. So this bike push isn't going to do anything. You can keep moving. There are the buggies. So out of this. So Seal's got 2 oils. Kasib has none. So Seal's going to probably put a radar there. Those bikes are an absolute menace. More bikes coming out. Like this is a nice eco game from Kasib. Cecile's actually falling behind in the eco. Never built a harvester. Kasib is on 5 miners. Cecile just on 2. Yeah, she can't support this. Okay, 3. Can I not count? Maybe I can't count. Is it a bike rush? Yes, it's a bike rush. Moving the wounded one over here, really good idea. Because this has less defense. Oh! See what I mean about the defense ring? Does lose a miner. Howitzer upgrade. Economy policy. Not defensive. Okay. I thought Cecile was going to go defense policy because they're playing France and defenses are incredible. Entrenchment allows defenses to be built, allows you to deploy engineers, and the engineers get a little build radius, which you can build defenses in. So you can drop a Grand Cannon, like, you know, really far forwards. IFVs. Empty IFVs. Machine gunner. Okay, 1 machine gun, 1 rocket. Not a bad idea. Prism tanks coming out as well. I feel like Cecile's gotten better. This is like the Pearl Prism tank thing. She wouldn't have been doing this a few weeks ago. No cryo ammo yet though. MGIV. And Kasib's army just got eviscerated in seconds for no achievement. Not with medium tanks. I've seen a lot today. Yeah. So again, Legion gets stolen. It's a stolen tech faction. So they get APCs. They get medium tanks, battle tanks, medium tanks, same thing. And then they've got technology hack as a support power, which is this one here. Takes a long time to cool down though. Cash hack, right? Which is very nice. GPS, obviously. Cluster missile, force shield is you know your standard. Yuri's revenge power. Force shield doesn't exist in Red Alert 2. Only exists in Yuri's revenge. Laser tanks. We've spoken about this a few times today. This is the first time we actually see it. Nod gets the ability to replace to give its tanks lasers. Takes away the projectile barrel. So reduce damage versus heavy armor, but increase damage versus light and infantry. which in this situation is exactly what you want. IFVs, lots of IFVs. Oh, the Tanya was deleted by the microwaves. That was a Tanya IFV. Microwave tanks though, getting gunned down by the rest of the IFVs. Fucking hell, Cecile. She's changed. Reckoners. I like tanky IFVs. Reckoners, I must have missed it, but the Reckoner comes out of the tech hack. I did wonder, given the timer on the tech hack, whether it had been used or not, if I'd missed it. But yeah, tech hack on an allied war factory gives Nod a Reckoner. This Commander Reckoner. That shut things down. Holy mother of God. Who are you and what have you done with Cecile? Cecile's gonna start having eco problems, I think, though. No, she's got that. I don't know. 2 oils for Kasib, for pink. 1 oil for Cecile. She needs some answer to the Reckoners. A prism tank is real nice. For building forwards. She should absolutely deploy a, get an engineer here, deploy a Grand Cannon, or 2. Oh, laser tanks get +1 range. Okay. Oh, peacemakers. Advanced cybernetics, which is always nice. And then prism cannons. Cecile losing the Tanya IFV quite quickly each time. A little bit painful. Oh, I'm still on faster speed. And then, unfortunately, I think she's going to lose here. The SSM's doing so much damage. Got to pull back. I would love to see a Grand Cannon. Here. Oh, yeah, France gets minefields. Oh, the power drop. Cluster mine power. That is nasty. That harvest is going to pop itself. It might not on those. Might if it tries to go there and then there. Or there and then up there. Yep. 2 harvesters killed. That is not insignificant. There you go. There's the Grand Cannon.
Rock and roll.
They're not super overpowered OP. Mobile Gap Gen though makes this a bit of a nightmare area. But Kasib's army is way bigger. Both players broke. I said they were peacemakers. Doesn't have the armor. That's so much rocket. 14 rocket soldiers with tip core, right? With tip core missiles. Improved cyborg armor. So what did we go? Yeah, the MGIFVs. Oh, gunning for the commando. Didn't quite get it. That's really bad. That's really bad. I think this might be the end for Cecile here. That's the deployed engineer thing. Just not enough eco. trying. Yeah, low power. How do you detect mines? Dogs, specialist infantry, yeah. Like anything that detects stealth. Mobile sensor array, but only GDI get mobile sensor array. Defenses would detect it, I expect, because defenses detect stealth. But yeah, you're looking at like units which say detect stealth. Maybe you see it. Maybe you see it if you put a unit next to it, like an infantry next to it. But I know engineers detect them, do they? But only allies get mobile sensor array, which detects stealth. GDI get it. Detect range doesn't necessarily match within range though. Open array can have different stealth types. Oh really? That was really good by I mean obviously Seeb won, but holy shit.
Battle control
Cecile did
terminated.
really well. Much better than she was playing in previous rounds. She's clearly learned from her mistakes, which is great to see. You know, she's another one who's exceptionally new to the game, and again, you gotta respect and admire players who have played for like 2 weeks, 2 months. Don't play very much anyway, and they enter tournaments with people who are absolute monsters who've been playing for sort of 5 years of combined arms. They've played for 8 years of open RA, all the rest of it. You know they're going to destroy you, and you still think, yeah, I'll throw my name in this tournament. I'll give it a go. Why not? What have I got to lose? So massive props and respect. Now where is game number 2? There.
Battle control initialized.
All right. So, factions. Cecile going France again. And then we got Harbinger 31 with the Devastator warship discount. Let's see if Kasib, Cute Fox, will bother with the Devastator. Also got Obliterators, which are sort of hover artillery. Very nice unit. Marauders, which we saw a bit of in the last series. Stellar Fusion Cannon I mentioned is an upgrade for the Devastator. Do more damage, but they've got to lock on to the target. Charge up. And then Buzz Swarm. France, walls and defense is 10% discount. Cluster mines. Entrenchment is the engineer upgrade, which allows them to deploy and then you can build around them. And then grand cannons and battle fortresses. Battle fortresses not seen very often. They are very much like their Red Alert 2 counterparts, but the GTIs in there can't shoot air. Can't shoot up. One oil each. Hey, it's Fox. Fox going portal like second. I'm just completely giving up map control. Did I say one oil each? Yeah. Steve gonna try and get that oil. Should actually get it. Cecile. Build. A tank?
Battle control terminated.
Yeah. Not the worst thing in the world.
Training.
Yeah, that Gunwalker's probably going to try and hit this. Maybe. I mean, it'll lose if it does, but it might try. The frying pan. Is he going to try and attack the auto? Maybe. Yep, told you the Gunwalker was going down here. It's like I know what I'm talking about. It's like I know what I'm talking about, which is a terrifying thing to say. Radar coming out for Kasib. Simulator, just an engineer. I'm not entirely sure what that's going for. Oh no, the rifles weren't told to attack the Gunwalker. If Cecile saw the assimilator, she should know that it's going down here. Or that rifleman. Like, I can see how you might not see the rifleman there. Yep, that rifleman's gonna kill the assimilator. Oh no, never mind, the intruder's gonna kill it. Yeah, the intruder will kill it. As a gun turret came out there. IFVs, longbows. Yeah, so last game, one of Cecile's biggest issues was no cryo ammo upgrade, which is again just a requirement for allies. I'm gonna try and get some stuff done with the scout tanks. Not a bad idea at all. Not a bad idea at all. The Seekers will cause issues. Yeah. What else are we going for? Prison tanks. And that's a one bloom field. This is a two bloom field. So right now, economically, Cecile definitely has the advantage. Holy shit, that's huge. Army value. Again, massive advantage for Cecile. Longbows, being a bit careful there. Okay. The Seekers get boosted, but don't really achieve much and go down. Orb Purifier coming out, love to see it. I think this is Cecile's game. It's absolutely hers to win right now. But this play style is completely different to what she's done before. Not completely different. She's still like quite happy with defenses and stuff, and will still build them. But she builds it. She's way less passive. And when she's sending in his army and it's just fucking going. Love to see it. Love to see players improve. She's got this 100%. Corruptor coming out for Kasib, but it's not going to be enough. Harvest are going to go down. Going to do runway. And GG. Love the graphs. Yeah, the earnings graph. I'm in a third game. Nope. Just 2 games. Army value. And that's for teams as well, but that doesn't matter. Build order. Don't often look at. Upgrades. Neither player got really many upgrades at all. Allied influence. That's to unlock their their buffs, whether they want to go the extra XP, the extra defense health, or the extra eco. And by the end of it, it's a seal. Building a crap ton of rifles, rockets, medics, mixing some fire feeds and prisms. I mean, that's just standard allied army.
Battle control terminated.
And there we go. Basically, Allies doctrine. Yeah. Yeah, that doctrine was the word I was searching. So, 1-1 there. So right, I am going to, there we go, find the right buttons. That button. I'm gonna go and grab some food now. I'll be back in an hour exactly. In an hour. Yeah. Yeah, in an hour I will play some co-op campaign. Well, sorry. Yeah, in an hour I will play some co-op campaign. The campaign itself looks like this. The co-op campaign has overwritten my progress on certain missions, which is exceptionally annoying. But co-op campaign, multiplayer, find the co-op map server, and then I need to re-download the maps actually, I think. And then you've got co-op versions of all of these in here. And then you've got all of these Gucci options. Enemy starting unit multiplier. Enemy production time multiplier? Difficulty. You can change what the AI army is going to do. So is it going to immediately hunt you down as soon as every unit is built? Or will it... will the bonus units wait for the entire, like, attack wave to be built and come as a huge blob? Will they wander around the map? And that way, you know, you might try and cap an oil somewhere, but randomly find an apocalypse tank around there. Resource spawners, you can change. You can upgrade all the resource spawners on the map to give you blue tip instead of green. Or add a couple of extra blossom trees around the map. The way income is split, feed the multitude is every harvester between you and your allies give full dump to you. So a harvester will dump $500, and then everybody on your team gets 500. Or equal split. If you've got 5 players and a harvester dumps, each player gets 100. That is the fair way of doing it. But then your multipliers, you probably want to set them to either default 1, maybe 2, maybe 3. If you have something like times 12 multiplier, you probably want feeding the multitude. Because that means that you've got 3 players. Each player builds 2 refineries. You got 6 harvesters. That is like you having 6 harvesters. Every player has gets full money from the harvesters. And then you really should be playing with silly times multipliers. Otherwise, it's too easy. But that's where the fun is, right? You want to max out the... you want to have giant armies that the enemy's sending at you. You can change the multipliers, multiply aircraft. You can stick it on upgrade, so blue tip. Tech is shared between players. So everybody gets an MCV, but then also... if one player has a war factory, all the players can build out of that war factory. And it goes, you know, if you build a tank, it's your tank, but you don't need to own the war factory. What else? Also spawn. There's a... what happened to the veterancy upgrade? Oh, enemy unit rank. You can also make all enemy units like start at max veterancy as well. So a massive amount of options to give you a completely different experience to how you'd normally play the campaign in single player. And you can tweak this to be like really close to normal, but hard by, you know, setting two times enemy units, but then equal split eco, no change on the resource spawners, and that'll give you a pretty close to original game. You know, it's easier because there's more players, and that means you're all building stuff at the same time, so it's technically like increased build speed compared to if it's just one player. But then money, each player's going to get a lot less money than you would as just a one player on the map. And then the enemy, you've got a few more enemies. Or you can go the opposite direction, massive amounts of enemies, but then also everybody's getting a lot more money. That's the fun memey one, right? It can be stupidly hard and bowl you over because there's so many enemies. But that's kind of the direction we've started going in our sort of campaign through. We started out with pretty low and equal split, but it all depends on what you want. And there's, you know, it's time for everybody to play here. Who cares joined? Oh, hello chat. Wait, no, that's not who cares. Oh, there you go. Anyway, I will be back in, like I said, in about 55 minutes. And maybe Who Cares will join us in an hour as well, because that would be super fun. And then once I'm done with that, I will cast the rest of these games. Some of them with Legato, because he said he's got a free hour. And then probably finish off the last few. But yeah, if you want to go and try out CA yourself, there is the Discord. There is the Discord. There is the ModDB link. Highly recommend. It's one of my 3 favorite mods. I've said it before on the stream. This Dawn of the Tiberian Age, very similar, very different, but both similar in that they are very deep, very well thought out mods, with a easily identifiable as CNC. Nobody's going to think they're anything else, but at the same time very different. A very different experience to playing any of the vanilla stuff. It's almost like if they were released by Westwood or EA, right? They could well be released as their own individual games, and they'd fit happily in CNC. But at the same time, don't feel like they're just a copy or an imitation. So yeah, highly recommend it. It's going to be a nightmare later. The only defense will be a Grad Swarm. Yes, looking forward to it. Anyway, I'm going to head off. Is this on to raid?